Angie T died of breast cancer just a month after she shared her story with Channel 4 News. By the time it was detected, it was too late. She wanted people to know that learning disabled and autistic people like her were dying avoidable deaths. When we filmed with Angie, she knew she didn't have long left.
I remember when Angela told me why she wanted to do this, she was saying that she wanted to help other people. Didn't you? I think you're amazing for doing that.
In September, an annual NHS report revealed that cancer was going up as a cause of death for learning disabled and autistic people. It's easy for people like Angie to end up just as statistics. We wanted to try and tell more of her story, to try and explore the nuance of how and why Angie and others like her are losing their lives.
We unite in love and friendship in order to say a sad but a very fond farewell to Angela Elizabeth T.
Angie was a proud and private woman. It's one of the reasons her cancer was diagnosed too late, and she was able to hide her illness, including from her family.
We exchanged Christmas cards, birthday cards, but Angie hadn't mentioned anything in the Christmas card about being ill, the last Christmas card. She just signed off Angie and, love to all, and we'd sent her the card as normal, but not heard anything at all. So it was a dreadful shock, actually. I think I'm still processing it.
Angie's closest relatives passed away some years ago, but her step-cousins were at the funeral. They, like many families, friends and carers, want to know why their loved one fell through the gaps.
Back at home, she was a huge fan of Formula One. Angela liked to watch the races and keenly followed the successes of Lewis Hamilton.
She was a very vibrant lady, very independent, but the main important thing Angela liked is shopping. She loves sweeties, Haribos, every type of sweetie Angela will buy. Angela will not want to get ready until like 10 minutes to time. So I will come then, Angela, we have to go. I know! And because I keep pushing her bit, and she said, oh, you are Trump. And that's she started calling me Trump.
I used to ring her more or less every week. She never really wanted to say much, but I just asked how she was. I'm fine, was the answer. What about the food? I get my food, but she used to go out and buy her own food, what she wanted. Yes, so she seemed perfectly happy in her own little way. I felt sometimes I was intruding on her privacy by asking her questions.
For Angie, privacy was really important.
Good night, Angela. May you rest in everlasting peace.
Angie was deemed capable of independent living. She washed and dressed on her own. And although care workers visited regularly, by the time they noticed her cancer, it had become an open wound.
Very gently lower Angela to her final resting place, Newton.
She kept it to herself so that the illness may not tamper with her independence.
But both Angie's parents had died of cancer. Her mum also from breast cancer when Angie was just 14. She was high risk. She should have been screened.
I just feel angry. Somebody should have gone round and checked that she was healthy, which in the end she wasn't healthy, was she? And that is something very sad. I feel very bitter about it, to be honest, really bitter, because that woman should have been looked after.
What do you think is really important for people watching this to know?
They go for screening.
Go for your screening.
Go for screening.
Specialist cancer screening's one thing, but Angie was on the Learning Disability Register and should also have had basic annual health checks. She hadn't had one since before lockdown. It's not clear why. We do note that Angie was scared of medical treatment. When she was eventually diagnosed, Mahawa helped persuade her to start chemo.
The first few weeks was positive. The arm that was big as my leg starts shrinking. She was showing me off. Look, Trump, look, my arm is getting smaller. Until after, I think, 6 weeks of the chemo. And they said it's becoming aggressive. That means the medication they are using it's not working anymore. Angela, and she turned and watched me. And we had those eye contact. She said, I said, if you start crying, I'll start crying as well. I said, so let's don't cry. Happy birthday to you.
Angie was gravely ill. The hospice brought her birthday party forward. She died a day before what would have been her 60th.
Happy birthday to you. The last day I saw her was when they do her birthday. She was so happy. She was sitting on the table, birthday cake, everything was ready. As soon as they opened it, was, oh, Trump is here. Then I went and hold her hand. And then we had a laugh. I said, I'm going. And she said, bye, Trump. Will you come to see me again? I said, of course I will. You know you are my darling. And I went. I was in tears and I knew I was not going to see Angela again. That was the last day. So.
The Department of Health told us they're improving identification and care for people with a learning disability by rolling out mandatory training and increasing the uptake of annual health checks. It should never have got this bad. Angie spoke to us because she wanted people to know her story and why things had gone so wrong.
I hope the message gets across to a lot of other people now that are suffering, perhaps living on their own and don't sort of confide in anybody. A lovely lady, should never have ended up like that.
No, I think our mum and dad would be proud now, Mum. That she's...
Yeah.
I think if Angela's memory can save other people, it will be a great feeling. And I will be very proud.